What all AI can do for a D2C design future?
This is already in action.
How important is celebrity marketing or influencer marketing?
It can't be just like here we have Salman Khan and he's promoting this particular thing.
I would also like to know more about the book you are writing on AI.
This book is all about how you can be the one.
Welcome to the D2C Stories podcast, the future of D2C told through stories and powered by experts. I'm your host, Vineet Agarwal, a techie turned entrepreneur and founder of Blue Horse Software. I have been working in the D2C space for over 20 years, helping more than 200 founders shape their digital roadmap, scale their brands online. I believe stories are the most powerful tool. They inspire, they teach, they connect immediately, and they stay forever. Through this podcast, I sit down with some of the brightest minds in the D2C world, founders, D2C marketeers, technologists, and domain experts to uncover their real stories and turn those stories into valuable lessons for anyone building in this space. Let's get into today's story. Today on the D2C Stories podcast, I am joined by someone I truly admire in the D2C space, Manikant Singh. Mani is one of the most well-read person I met, and he is someone who is incredibly generous with his knowledge. Mani has been my sounding board for anything and everything related to D2C, from strategy to performance and now AI. He is direct, insightful, a big believer of long-term building. Whenever we are talking about tech, marketing, or even parenting, every conversation with him I fully enjoy. I am truly excited to bring him to all of you today. Welcome, Manikant.
Thanks, Vineet, for such a, I would say, generous and an amazing introduction. Thanks a lot. It's my pleasure to be with you over here to join you in this podcast. Thanks a lot for inviting me.
Thank you, Mani. So, Mani, before we jump into all the marketing magic and all, so I want to go a bit back, like somewhere, like how you, about your upbringing, where you have been like born, like how was you as a kid. So it's like something that we don't see on LinkedIn, on your perfect LinkedIn account. Yeah.
Sure. So basically, I am from an army background. My father was an army personnel, and I would say in every 3 years we were traveling here and there. Every 3 years, so I have traveled to Pathankot for Dehradun. Then I was there in Siliguri. Then in so by the time I did my 12th, I was in Danapur Gant. So there was a quite a lot of things in every 3 years. There was something new happening in my life. So that was majorly part over there. Then I would say that after completing my schooling, I was very fond of Navy. So I joined a merchant Navy. I did a course called Global Maritime Distress Safety System, which is around the communication, maritime communication. So I did that, and some things I did over there, and then it didn't work out. Then I came back, and then some things happened, and then finally I was in Delhi in the year 2008, and thereafter everything's got started. And I would say in my personal life, I would say I'm married. I have two kids. One is Mahira. She is in class 7th, and my younger son is in class 3rd. And particularly one thing that I always do, or that I always, I would say, suggest everyone to do that, and that is keep your learning quotient high. Every time start learning new things. Some things you may implement in your career, some things you may implement in your life.
That's really awesome, Mani. I know that you have been like a person who read a lot. As I said, you are always my like go-to person to learn new things and all. So tell me how you decide. Like now you're talking reading about nutrition. So two things I would like to ask. One is how you decide like which topic to dive into, and what are your source of your like knowledge? What are the channels or sources where you look forward for all the knowledges?
See, one of the thing which is there is like I believe in law of attraction, and one of the thing which is there is like I always tend to attract things which makes my life better and my family and the world better. So from there, I would say ki there are times when I'm working on a particular thing and suddenly some other thing strikes up. So recently, this nutrition part that came up when we were just working on, and we saw the like working on the dresses and all. So I had my old dresses from the marriages and all. I was trying to fit in, and I saw that okay, now I have those dresses that I have that was for around 72 kg person. Right now, I have become 80 kg person, so it's not fitting. So let's do something. So I started working on that, and then I said, okay, I have why I should I would say satisfy myself with less. I can get more, so let's get into the detail and get the knowledge. So that has been one of the core thing, that whenever anything comes up in my life related to either its health, related to work, related to brand, related to customer psychology, related to anything, I go deep into that and I study the complete thing, and then I would say take actions and do things, because that helps me in delivering the result that I am looking for. Because if I study just one part, so for example, in this particular scenario, if I just study how to lose weight, then my knowledge will be restricted to that. But if I study the complete nutrition, my knowledge will be like enhanced to everything, either whether it's nutrition which is related to health or deficiency. Right now, if you see the latest report, which is has been published last week, I believe, which says I would say in the metro cities, 80% of people have vitamin D deficiency, and all those kind of things which are there. So I would say rather than just getting the knowledge of a basic thing, let's get the complete thing. It will take around a month or so, and I have scheduled myself in a way that every day I have around 1 or 2 hours spared in my schedule for learning. So that's how I am able to manage that. And coming to your next question, which is what's the source of my learnings? So I would say majorly they are books and particularly the videos. So I would say different courses. So I would say I have a Skillshare subscription which is always there, that I'm running for like I don't know how many years. Then YouTube is also there. Then for certain small things and all, I also prefer Udemy and all. And there are many things which are there. Like I have the subscription of Ankur Waruko, then Dhruv Rathi, then Harvisha, this Bada Business, and all those. So I have all the subscriptions, what I would say, that keeps me informed about the latest things. So I keep on getting new things. Yeah.
Wow, that's money well spent. So, coming to this merchant navy, to all this new studies and stories, how you landed to marketing? Tell us how you landed to marketing. You have become so well on marketing. So, I wanted to understand what led the process of getting into internet marketing.
Sure. So I would say merchant navy. I just worked for around 6 months. I just went for one voyage or so, but matlab, the seasickness and all those things that didn't suited me, and I said, okay, I don't want to do this job. So I left that part, and I would say I came to Delhi. That was I was at that time I was just undergraduate. I have not so till now I have not done my graduation anything. I don't have a professional degree. I am still a 12th pass person. That's it right now. So after that, I came to Delhi, and at that point, it was only call centers available for 12th. So I did join the call center, and in 2011, I would say we saw when Flipkart was there, they got the new funding. They increased the market for the e-commerce, and like we will see it from 2011 to 2013, like every month there was a news that some brand got funding, some brand, those kind of. So in 2011, when the e-commerce just started picking up, I entered into e-commerce. Initially, it was into customer support, then analytics, and then moving to the marketing bit. But yes, it was initial 2011 when I stepped into e-commerce, and after that, I've been working with like so many brands.
So, I remember we worked together on Done by None brand. So,
Yeah,
that was your first
there,
brand?
there only we got introduced. We had a
Yeah.
word regarding I was taking care of the customer support, and we were building some things on Magento, and we had some words regarding that. So I remember that conversation. That was for the chat support and all, right?
So there's a lot of deal I've learned from Done by None and people associated there. Tell me, what are your, like, that is very old, I guess, but what are key learnings of yours from that first brand done by none. Can you share a few of them?
Sure. So one of the founder of Done by None was Vijay Sharma, and his core strength was analytics. So every action we take, so whether we are changing a banner on the website, whether we are introducing a pop-up or anything which is there, so his was like I should be able to monitor that whether this particular function, this particular banner, what is working and what is not working. That was the core strength of him, and I really like that. And I would say ki that's the best part that I have taken from him, that I don't just rely on intuitions. I don't just rely on यार मुझे ये अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे ये करना है. I don't do that at all. I just, even though I would say कि when I disagree with the clients or I disagree with myself, let's say कि let's do that and see the response. Whether it's 5 days, 10 days, 15 days, let's see what works. Because there are many times we don't know that what the customer is going to trigger, what is connecting with the customer. We don't know that. Assume that what I am thinking is the best. So
Right.
that is one thing that I learned a lot, and I am implementing that thing till now. That data never lies. So just rely on data. That's your code.
So everything is driven from data.
Yes.
So now you have like in 10 years into industry. Give us 3 tips for a small D2C brands that will work like wonders for their D2C marketing, like social media marketings.
Okay, so one of the thing that I am seeing, because right now I am working with close to around 90 brands or so that currently I am working with. So some of them are 90 brands, yes.
Oh,
And
okay,
in my
okay.
portfolio, I have around 150 or so brands for which I have worked on. So major thing that I would say that is working for the brand is just create a story that connects with people. Just create a brand of a lifestyle brand. Don't create a product. Create a lifestyle brand. When you are able to connect with the life of the people, people are going to remember you. They are going to come back to you. They are going to spend more. But if you are just selling product, you will become a Amazon or Flipkart. You will not become a brand. I would say brand. I'm saying a product brand. Amazon and Flipkart are also a brand, but they are into a different niche altogether.
So what is lifestyle brand?
So let's say like a clothing brand, a perfume
Yeah,
brand, a watch
yeah.
brand. So all those things. So if you remember all the brands that hook they put into the marketing, it's not because of the product. Maggie we remember because the market was 2 minute में बन जाती है and we are feeling full. 2 मिनट में I'm ready to have something to eat. It's not because कि मैगी बहुत अच्छा है. सो दैट वाज द थिंग कि वो और अभी भी आप देखो तो सारे सारे ब्रांड्स आप देखो पिडिलाइट का ऐड देखो आप फेविकॉल का ऐड देखो इवन रिसेंट में अभी बोट और ये सब जो एड्स चला रहे हैं उसमें भी आप देखो तो ध्रुव उसके साथ अभी विराट का ऐड जो मुझे ध्यान में है इन विच ही इज टॉकिंग टू अ वॉच सेइंग कि यार आज छोले भटूरे खाने थे कल मैं ज्यादा वर्कआउट कर लूंगा समथिंग लाइक दैट सो वो दैट इज द कनेक्शन दैट इज बीइंग बिल्ड विद द ब्रांड
Right.
मतलब इट्स अ डिफरेंट ना कि आप सिर्फ बोल रहे हो कि भाई एक क्लोथिंग की अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल राइट नाउ वी आर वर्किंग आई एम वर्किंग विद माय वाइफ फॉर a brand that we are going to recently relaunch which is around saris and all. So what's the problem? I can say it's a ready to wear sari brand. So what we can say that it's a ready to wear sari, ready to wear sari. I can just market that. But when I want to connect with the lifestyle of the people, I will say रेडी टू वेयर सारी 2 मिनट में रेडी हो जाओ ऑफिस से आए पार्टी जाना है बस उसी के ऊपर आपने डाला 2 मिनट 1 मिनट लगा आपको बस तैयार होने में दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम दैट वी आर सॉल्विंग आपको साड़ी पहननी नहीं आती ऑफिस में प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है कहीं कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो जाती है हमारी साड़ी में कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सो वी कनेक्ट विद द ब्रांड कि यूजर का इमोशन और उसकी लाइफ से कनेक्ट करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है एंड आई वुड से कि दैट इज वन ऑफ द मिसिंग थिंग्स राइट नाउ विद द ब्रांड्स दे आर जस्ट सेलिंग कि हमारा प्रोडक्ट ये है हमारे प्रोडक्ट में वो है हमारे प्रोडक्ट में वो है दैट इज नॉट वर्किंग पीपल डोंट केयर अबाउट दैट आई वुड से कि गिव वैल्यू टू दैट दे गिव वैल्यू कि भाई मुझे क्या मिलेगा मेरी लाइफ में ये प्रोडक्ट क्या डिफरेंस लेके आने वाला है
So tip one will be creating brand, not selling products. What will be the other 2 tips for small D2C players?
Okay, so the other 2 tips I would say कि cohesive marketing. So जब हम channels की बात करते हैं ना तो there are certain brands जो Instagram पे बहुत अच्छे हैं but बाकी channels पे absent है. So that should not be the case. So you have to be available for the customer to interact across the channel. जो Facebook है, Instagram है, Snapchat है, YouTube है, everywhere. You have to be available everywhere so that user के दिमाग में आपका brand बैठा रहे. Right now, what happens is like if people they are just advertising. So most of the brand that you know right now, they are just advertising on Meta, 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 and most of the brand have become so much like if Meta collapses, their business collapses. So many brands have become like that because they are not doing anything else. They are not building anything else. So the second tip will be leverage all the marketing platforms. Either it's email, SEO, Snapchat, Facebook. If your customer is on LinkedIn, Quora, and all those, get it over there. Just spread the, I would say, your marketing platform. Don't get restricted to one. Definitely there will be one channel which will be driving 60-70% of the revenue, but definitely you should be available on all the channels. That's
Oh,
number two.
okay.
And number three, the same from which we started, which is analysis. Analyze everything. Which creative is working? When you are putting a faceless product, look, for example, a watch. So, if I'm having a watch, can I put it like this? Maybe what kind of, if I put it like this, then it's working, or I'm just showing a watch that is working. What is working? Analyze the creatives. Particularly content is also there, but I would say right now, since all the marketing is heavy on creative and videos, just analyze what content is working and start replicating. And the other part, what content is working, to which audience it is working, to which audience it is able to communicate. A simple watch, for example, like I just gave an example of watch. So same watch can be very much, same ad can be relevant to working professionals, but it may not be relevant to students. It may not be relevant to Gen X, or maybe it will not be relevant to normal, I would say, the businessmen who are running the shops and all. So there's a segment of the things. So analyze which creative, which video is working for which segment. And the moment you create those, all those kind of segments, okay, this communication is working for this communication is working for this communication is working for this, you will have, by end of the year, you will have 15 or 10 communication which is working for all different kind of audience, and all 15 campaigns will be working, and that's how the growth is. If you just stick to
Wow.
one communication, it doesn't work. You have to build five, seven, six communication, which is connecting with five different or 10 different set of audiences, and then it's going to drive revenues. So analysis, that's the next part. Particularly, I'm talking about the marketing. Even analysis is relevant for any business. You need to know what's your profit and loss. You need to know where you are spending your budgets. You need to know what kind of salaries you are paying, what kind of returns you are getting, which all those things are there. But yes, for a business owner, analytics is the core thing. He has to like the master in analytics, whether he knows that particular field or not. You have to, I would say, analyze the things. You need to know, have the skills of putting all those data points in an Excel format, in a data format, and analyze it. So these are the
Okay.
three things, definitely, I would say.
That's excellent. So the 3 point is focusing on building a brand, a lifestyle brand. Second is to be relevant in all the channels, not only one or two channels. And third is to analyze the data. So tell me how it, because there are so many platforms. There are Instagram, there's YouTube, LinkedIn,
Mhm.
WhatsApp, and so many. I think like, so how a small D2C player be relevant in all the platforms? How to do that?
So there are platforms wherein you can spend money. There are platforms that you can build organically. So when I'm saying being present in all the platform, I don't mean that you need to spend lakhs of or crores of rupees in all the platforms. There will be certain platforms there will be wherein you will be spending most of the advertising budget. For the other platform, you will be just available on those platforms, so that if anyone searches on those platforms, you are there, because it creates a trust. Fix one or two channels wherein you are going to spend your bucks, but be available on other channels. And random thing, but yes, which content, which reel can go viral in which platform, you don't know. So you have to create that synergy that, okay, if Gen Z is available on Snapchat, my brand is not maybe that much Gen Z centric, but one of my content can go like crazy on Snapchat, and people will like, okay, start sharing that, and from there also it can drive revenues or build my brand. So that's the thing. Yes.
So you said what the idea is to have focus in two or three social media platforms and be present in all the platforms by by putting a post on regular basis. If I wanted to focus in two or three brands, so what will be those two to three brands for a assume new Gen Z lifestyle brand? So what will be those two or three platforms where they should be focusing on?
So if I give you the exact numbers, so I would say ki even for the brands that I have, 80 to 90% brands focus on Instagram because from there we are getting the revenues. Okay.
Okay,
There are
okay.
certain brands who are particularly related to festivities, celebrations, and all. Certain brands they have also started focusing on Snapchat. So particularly all those the wherein my customer segment is age bracket is between I would say ki 18 to 25, 27. So those kind of age group, if I want to target those particular audience, then definitely Snapchat is the place because all the Gen Zs, all the college students that you talk about, they are only on Snapchat. Instagram is also there, but they are heavily on Snapchat.
Okay, okay.
Facebook, they don't have many of the Gen Z that I know they don't have a Facebook app on their phones. Have Snapchat and they have this. These are the major two things I would say ki, you have to focus if you are building a D2C brand particularly. Yes.
So for Gen Z, it is Snapchat is now the new platform to focus on,
Yes.
along with Instagram and all the other
Yes.
platforms.
So I would say ki Snapchat has 90% of Gen Z, okay, and Instagram has I would say ki like Gen Z and Gen Y, which is millennials and Gen Z, they are majorly on Instagram.
And what about Facebook?
Facebook, so
I don't open Facebook
Gen
nowadays,
X
but yeah,
and Gen Y.
okay. It's Gen X or Gen Y, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and Gen Y. They are the major people over there. So Instagram doesn't have Gen X, and it doesn't have Snapchat also doesn't have Gen X.
So let's come to marketplaces.
Mhm.
So a lot of founders are confused whether they should be selling on marketplaces or those who crack marketplaces, they are not very comfortable on starting their own D2C brands. So what should be a strategy for a brand who's planning to get into D2C with their own D2C website and marketplace? So what should be their strategy?
Okay. So here I would say, see, marketplace is a place wherein only the products are being sold. Brands are not being sold. So when I say products are being sold, that means people come to a marketplace to buy a product. They don't come to a marketplace to buy a brand. Okay. So that's one thing that you are always have to keep in mind when you are available on marketplace. If you want to sell a product, just be on marketplace. So for example, if you launched maybe a keychain or a t-shirt, if you are just launching a t-shirt brand, just be on the marketplace, sell a t-shirt for 399, 499. You will have good number of things which is there. But the moment it comes to designer t-shirts, designer with a maybe higher quality of fabric, higher thread counts, when you are providing some extra values to the user, there you need to have your own brand. You can be available at marketplace, but you need to have a different website for of your own. So if you are selling only products, no stories, no connection, marketplace is the channel you should go on. If you are looking to build a brand, you are looking to connect with the customers, you are looking for a long-term proposition, you need to have your own website. Because
Okay.
believe or not, but marketplace right now have become very smart. If there are certain, if you, so for example, if you launch a TV which is working really well, which is around 8,000 to 9,000 bucks, you are providing 32-inch TV, that's working really well. So in a 6 month, if you sold around 10,000 pieces, they will know, okay, okay, this kind of brand, this kind of offering with this kind of price is working really well. So let me put my own brand. And that's how you will see most of the brand like Amazon. If you talk about Amazon, you talk about Flipkart, If you talk about Nike, Myntra, and everyone, they have put their own brand. So whatever the other brands are selling like for around 10,000 rupees, they will start putting that at 8,000 rupees. And they will start marketing that, since they have the control that which product will get the visibility, they are promoting a brand. So whatever the research and everything you did for your brand, they are just using it for you. It is going to contribute to my sale. They have become your competition now.
Wow, wow. That's a big thing now, and that's a big problem. So, what is your final take? Should a brand which is starting up, planning to build a brand for sure, and they also have to sell product at the end of the day to make a brand. So, do they? What should be their strategy for marketplace, or it should be a no for them for the marketplace?
So, in my personal opinion, I would say that marketplace gives you visibility. So if when someone is searching for a particular brand, if your brand is available in marketplace, it creates a trust, it creates a visibility, but it's not a long-term proposition. For long term, you need to have your own website. I'll give an example of Libas for this sake. We started working with Libas from 2019 or 20. We started working with Libas. At that time, their sale from Mintra was enormous. On the website, they were hardly doing anything. So if I quote the number, it was around 5 to 7 lakhs. That's they were doing from website. And on Mintra, they were doing like, I can't tell you the number, but it was like 10, 20, 100 times more than that. And it was running well. So they were not focusing on a website. But later on, when we pitched them, okay, you can build your own website as well, and we can start building your brand on your own website. And it took around 4 5 years. Now I would say it's not doing as much as they do on Mintra, but from their own website also they are doing a great number. I would say the number that most of the brand dream of, they are doing that kind of number right now.
Okay.
That is working. And when they started their own brand, their marketplace sale and everything also increased, because now they have got them they got the celebrity endorsement and all those things. They also did that. But yes, the journey was completely different when they started marketing their own brand, their own website. Everything changed.
Oh, now you mentioned a good part. How important is celebrity marketing or influencer marketing? How important it is nowadays?
See, when it comes to celebrity, influencer marketing and everything, everything starts from your brand positioning. If you have created a communication, like the first part that I said, when we are talking about the brand, D2C brand, so they sell a product, don't sell a product, sell the stories that connect with the people. If you have that story, definitely this celebrity and influencer will help. If you don't have that story, it doesn't work. So all the celebrity ads that you are see right now, you will remember only those ad wherein the ad communication which was there, that the thing that they were doing in the ad got hit. You got a strike that, okay, this is the thing that I'm looking for, or this is the thing. That story has to be there. It can't be just like here we have Salman Khan and he's promoting this particular thing. It doesn't work like that. So the core is your brand communication, your brand story. If you have a good brand story, brand communication that can connect with the people, celebrity, influencer, everything work. If you don't have, it doesn't work. I don't know
Okay.
a single brand who is providing an average product who doesn't have a good brand story and who has a celebrity is doing great. It's not like increases your reach. It doesn't change your communication. Celebrity is a form of marketing which increases your reach. But if you don't have anything to tell to the customer, what will that reach do?
So, according to you, the celebrity marketing works only once you have the product. So, if you have a good product, so celebrity can help you to reach out to a bigger audience. Now,
Yes.
that's nice. That's awesome.
Yes.
So, now let's get into something technical, maybe, and let's talk about a old friend of digital marketing, search engine optimization, SEO. Is it still relevant today?
I would say definitely yes, because 90% of people that I know who shop online, they search for the things on Google first. So there
Okay.
type of search. There are two type of purchases, I would say. One is that intent based purchase, and other one is, I would say, impulse purchase. So intent based purchase is something wherein, so I'll give you an example of myself. Okay. So right now my brother-in-law is getting married. Okay. We have to be there on 26th I'm leaving. So I have to do all the shopping and everything. Okay. So right now I need to buy the dresses, all the sherwanis and all those kurtas and all that I need to buy that. Now, if I know, okay, let me just see which is the best sherwanis, or I would say there are certain brands like Manever and all, I can go and buy them from there. But if I want to explore the other option, what are the other options? How I'll get to know? I'll search them on Google. Okay, there are certain, like for example, marketplace is definitely one thing. I'm just, for this conversation I am taking out the marketplace. I'm looking for the brand. So if I want to buy a sherwani, I'll just see, okay, what are the sherwani options. I'll get sherwanis. Okay, sherwanis under 15,000 rupees, sherwanis under 20,000 rupees, sherwani under 10,000 rupees. I'll start searching for them, and where those results will come up, all those things will come from the search engine. Okay, then I would say there are some tricky thing, okay, quirky things which is there. My wife bought a lehenga which has a floral print, which is a red floral printed, or floral embroidered, which has zari work on it. Okay, and she is asking me, you also have to get something which has zari on it. Now, for that, I have to search Google. Okay, zari embroidered sherwani. Okay, I have to search that, and for that, search engine are relevant. But
Okay.
there are certain things wherein the intent is not, people don't research or they don't analyze, they just buy it. Like for example, a keyring. You have a car, I have a car, we have a thing, and we saw there is some quirky keyrings which is there. It's like 500,000, something like that. And it's like, okay, ठीक है, अच्छा लग रहा है, it will suit, let's buy that. Okay, we all wear polo right now. You are also wearing polo. I also wear polo. So we are just see a polo T-shirt. Okay, ठीक है, अच्छा लग रहा है. I can have this. I'll buy that. So there are certain purchases which is impulse purchase. For that, I would say if your product is something wherein people buy impulse, then search engine is not relevant for you. But if your product is something wherein people spend time in deciding what they are going to buy, definitely search engine is relevant.
Okay. So if your product is not within impulse purchasing segment, you should work on SEO and work on this SEO. And what kind of returns people can expect from SEO? Like,
Okay, so here I would just give an example of Libas itself. So Libas, they are getting around 30 to 40% revenue from SEO.
wow, 30 to 40% from SEO. Oh, oh, okay, okay.
So there
So,
are many brands who are doing it, but yes, they have positioned themselves, they have created SEO. Like if you search any keyword related to kurti, you will see Libas in top five.
oh,
Any keyword.
okay,
I can challenge you right now. Even if you want to do, you can do that. It's there.
okay,
Either it's just even kurti, woman kurti, short kurti, long kurti, red kurti, yellow kurti, whatever you search, they will be in the
okay.
top.
So that's awesome. So give us three hacks for improving your SEO score.
So first and foremost, do your keyword research properly. Don't just vouch on कि मुझे तो इन 5 कीवर्ड पे रैंक करना है, मुझे इन 10 कीवर्ड पे रैंक करना है.
Okay,
Create a list of all the keywords that people are searching for related to your product. Best tool I would say that I suggest or that I personally use is Answer the Public by Neil Patel. The moment I give a keyword, it gives me the hell lot of keyword which is related to that. Anyway, how to use, where, all those questions, everything. For a single keyword, I get around 300, 500, 800 keywords. All the combinations that I get. So now, from all those combinations, I look at, okay, which are the keywords which is relevant to me, and then I start working on them. So first is, don't restrict yourself to 5, 10, or 20 keywords. Expand your keywords, relevant keywords, and pick relevant keywords. That's number one. Number two that comes is rely on page most. Your on page is the most relevant thing. On page, you have to build content on your home page, on your page. So for example, so we were discussing about kurti. So let's say red embroidered kurti. You need to have a page. If people are searching for red embroidered kurti, you need to have a page on that. You can't say my website has a kurti page which has red embroidered kurti, so this page will work. No, that doesn't work. If you want to have a blue printed kurti, have a page for blue printed.
So we need to have a landing page also for all the keywords.
Yes, that's one thing. And those landing page should have a proper content.
Right.
Should have a proper content. I recommend that minimum the content should be around 500 words, more than 500 words. Minimum is 500, not less than that. And it should not be in a paragraph format. It has to be the bullet points and everything. And all the aspects of that keyword has to be covered. We talked about red embroidered kurti. So red embroidered kurti, you have to just see that, okay, if the person is buying a red embroidered kurti, what are the things that is coming in her mind? Is she going to wear it buying it for a festive? Then we should have a festive. Is she buying for a wedding? We should have that part covered over there. If she buying for like pairing for the office, it should have that keyword. Or is looking for some other variations which is for red embroidered kurti, it should have that as well. Short red embroidered kurti, long red embroidered kurti, red embroidered anarkali kurti. Right? So all those things has to be there. So it has to cater to the all the variations which are there, because then only Google will say that on this particular keyword, this particular page has all the relevant information, and it also has all the relevant products. So your relevancy increases and you are get to that number. That's like the major thing. Even if you search right now, the first 5 or 10 results that you get, 80% of those results will have the content on the pages. On each content page, there the content is there. So content is the king. It's still the king for the on page pages. So this is the number two, which is build content for all your keywords.
Build content and detailed content like 500 words bulleted. Okay.
So build content for all your keywords. Number three, again it comes analysis. So in everything that I do, analysis will be always there, because first you analyze, then you take actions, and then you analyze which action is giving me results, which action is not giving me results. Some results can be measurable, some result cannot be measurable directly. So, for example, if I started ranking on certain things, so not related to SEO, but I will just give you a brief thing that has happened recently. So, previously, we were only running video ads, which is YouTube ads for conversions. We were not running for views for most of. For the, I would say, keep in the performance marketing bit. For the brands that we are doing the brand marketing, for them we are definitely running YouTube video views. Okay, but not for the brand for which we are doing the performance marketing. Recently, we started doing video view ads for the performance marketing clients. The what we saw after running that ad for a 1 week or so, from next week the organic search for the brand started increasing. So the video view campaign increased the brand awareness and people started searching for the brand, and that's how my organic result got impacted, and we got increase in those. So these kind of things will only come when you analyze the complete thing. What is driving, what is happening in each form of marketing? There is some content which gone viral on Instagram, and your brand will see a spike. Okay, now the brand is being searched. So analysis, I would say then you have to take a decision that whether I should continue this particular marketing activity or a campaign or not. डोंट गेट लाइक यार ये तो मैंने खुद कम्युनिकेट किया था, इसमें मैंने इतने पैसे लगाए थे, ये कम्युनिकेशन तो मेरे दिल के इतने क्लोज है, इसको नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. नहीं, डेटा, वॉट एवर इज रेलिवेंट इन डेटा, you should move ahead with only that part.
Got your point. So analysis is the key to performance and everything. So tell us few tools which can help you to analyze your performance on SEO and whatever and the marketing. So few tools, because nowadays there are a lot of tools. You also mentioned Neil Patel. We are like playing with a lot of tools with Neil Patel. So what are other tools which people can use quickly and get some results?
See, if I talk about being cost effective, then definitely again it comes Neil Patel. For Neil Patel, we have taken like whole year lifetime membership for certain number of clients. So that's one thing that always work for us, because we have to just spend some penny amounts and we get the subscription for lifetime. So that's one thing. There are also tools like SEM Rationale, Ahref, wherein you have to pay a monthly subscription. But I personally don't opt for that. I always believe that I would say Uber is doing maximum things that I'm looking for. It is able to solve me. So I go for that. But if you have some brand which is like very finicky and you want to know each and every detail and all in detail, whether it's relevant or not relevant, so then maybe you can just go for the other tools, the SEMrush, Ahref, and all those. But I definitely recommend Uber Suggest. That has worked. I would say 90%. That have solved my 90% of the things which are there. Secondly, if I talk about the reporting tools which are there, so like in the advertising, Meta has built their own reporting which is there, and that is able to solve 90% of the problems. All my reporting needs and all is getting fulfilled from there, whether it comes to the communication, which headline is working, which is not working, and all those, everything is getting fulfilled by Meta tools and Google. They have their tools particularly which is there. Then, of course, Google Analytics come at the top, and wherein Google Analytics is the next tool that I use in detail, wherein it gives me everything which is there, which events which are there. Even it also gives me that relevancy. Like in the when we do the marketing at full fledged, we also see that thing. That I'll just give you an example. What has happened recently? So there was a brand who was spending around 40 lakhs in the advertising. So we did the breakup. So around 25 lakhs we were spending on Meta. Then there was 5 to 10 lakhs we were spending on Google, and there was on Snapchat as well. So we were spending on three. Now, when we sum up the revenues from the each platform, that each revenue that comes to around like it was around 1.5 cr that came up. But when we checked the Shopify number, there we just had 1.1 cr.
Okay.
What exactly happens is like there are same users who are interacting with all the three channels.
Okay.
Every channel attributes the revenue to themselves. So for example, I just give you a hypothetical example. Okay, so suppose we were searching for, I'll just take example of the red kurti that we talked about. So we talked about search red embroidered kurti. Okay, we came to the website, the SEO results came in, I clicked on it, and the person went to the website. He browsed three, four, five products, and then she left the session. Okay, so at that point, SEO interaction is there. Now, second, what happened since she went to the website, cookies got stored, and that person got into the remarketing funnel. She saw the website, she saw the ad on Instagram ad
Right.
or Facebook ad. Okay, she clicked on the ad and she saw that okay, these were the kurtis that I was looking at. Let me just click on it. She clicked on it, went to the website, browsed the complete details, read everything, then added to cart, and she was on the checkout page. Okay, at that point, something happens. Maybe her mother called up, or the office meeting calls up, or the guy said, okay, let's have a tea. And she left that. She filled the details, but she didn't place the order. At that point, she left. Okay, at that point, she went for a tea or for whatever XYZ thing she went. Now what will happen? That person has abandoned checkout. Now email will go out, abandoned checkout email that we always roll out for all the customers. Email or WhatsApp rolled out. WhatsApp rolled out saying you have left this product in your cart, complete your purchase. And then at that point, that person makes a purchase. Standard thing, standard user behavior, nothing quirky. Okay. So now if we see here, then there were three channels involved: SEO, Facebook ads, email. All of them will say this is my customer. Facebook say it is my customer. This SEO email will say this is my customer. So in that case, the same sale is getting attributed to different channels. right? So that keeps on happening. So that's why I said initially, you have to be available on all the channels. Wherever that person is going, your brand is visible. You are able to target them.
Got it. Now let's get into it, technology a little more. So tell me, why are you such a big fan of Shopify?
So there's a huge story around it. Okay, so
Yeah,
when Shopify came in, they just changed everything. First and
yeah.
foremost thing is like the hosting services. I would say ki from a business owner as well, it becomes very easy for me. I just have to pay 5,000 rupees in a month and a certain charge. That's it. I don't need to have a person who is managing my server. I don't need a person who is managing my Magento website for every product upload, for banner change, and everything. There will be like n number of things which is required. My website management become very, very easy. Product upload, any change in the banner, hacking attempts, all those things got sorted out. So I would say
Okay.
in one product that solved my like all three problems. It also has a built-in blog system. I don't need to integrate any blog system as well. So I would say these were the major things I would say that changed everything.
So coming to Shopify, you mentioned that you in Magento you are not able to track buy and add to cart button, which has been more clicked. So Shopify comes with their own analytics, which give this kind of analytics by default.
Yes, these kind of analytics, and even I would say with the current GA4, they have customized each and everything. Every event which is there, right? So back in 2011 or 12, we have to customize each and every event to track all the scroll, clicks, and everything. Now I would say Google Analytics have also evolved and Shopify have also evolved, where all the event classes and everything are getting categorized automatically. So I don't need to track each and everything separately. That's also there.
To Shopify apps, we saw it is much more expensive than Magento app. You believe on that?
Definitely, yes. Shopify apps are much more expensive as compared to Magento app. But the thing is, like to manage a Magento app, you need to pay a person as well who is going to manage that. In Shopify, you don't need to pay that person.
Right. Right.
Whenever an update is there, update is automatically installed. In Magento, you have to first uninstall, do install, and all those things which are there. The management is quite easy. Other thing which is bill, I have a single billing system which is in Shopify. I don't need to maintain 5 bills. So for this app, I have to pay here. For this app, I have to pay here. For that app, I have to pay here. I don't need to like my team is doesn't need to maintain 5 or 10 different system. For domain, I have a separate thing. Then for Magento, for apps, I have different separate. For server, I have a separate. For hosting, I have separate. So there are n number of things which are there. No? So in Shopify, I doesn't need to do anything. I just have one billing system that completes everything.
Right. Right. That's a lot of convenience, I guess.
Yes. So
Yeah.
basically, it's majorly convenience and performance as well. In Magento, whenever we have to scale up the campaign, we have to intimate the server team. Okay, now we are scaling up the campaigns. The traffic will rise. Just be prepared. Now I don't need to do anything. I just scale up the campaign, the server, and everything. It's managed by Shopify. It manages everything on its own. It
Okay.
has load balancer and everything. The website doesn't get slowed.
I can see you're a deep user of Shopify. Can you give some features which people are not using or people generally underrate? So few features which people can use and like scale their Shopify like anything.
So one of the thing is email marketing. Okay, so for email marketing, most of the users they use a separate platform for email marketing.
Okay.
Wherein in Shopify, you will get those email marketing services at 1/10 of the cost. It's very cheap.
Any particular tool you are fond of email marketing?
No, no. So I'm doing Shopify email marketing. Shopify has
Yeah.
that tool of email marketing. That
Right.
is their inbuilt system. You don't need to buy anything else.
So it is not an app. It's embedded.
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't need to pay anything extra. In other cases like Mailchimp and all, I have to pay an extra. Here, everything comes at a 1/10 cost. I don't need to sync the data, do all those segmentation. All that thing is there in Shopify. People are hardly using it. Like right now, most of the people are using WhatsApp chats, but In Shopify, we used to have the Shopify chat, which was there, that was already there. We used to have that. We don't need to install this, pay a separate thing for chat services. So those things were there. Now I would also say ki the AI thing which Shopify have integrated. Now all the product description and all those things, they are also getting written by AI. I just need to give these bullet points. What are the features of my product, and it will write my product description and all those. So those things are also there in AI. I would say that these are the major recently changes that they have done it, and the checkouts and all those are also have improved and all. One major thing what I see is like the mobile adaptability of Shopify is amazing. When it comes to Magento, we were struggling a lot. ये करना है, ये नहीं करना, ये करना, ये नहीं करना. And in Shopify, I would say कि just a click of the button, I get the view कि how it will look on the mobile device. ये वाला section hide करना है. It's just a click of the button. In Magento, it was a, I would say, pain in the ass to do all those stuff.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Now let's get into this AI wave. Okay, hey, last time we met, we went deep with AI. Like I got to learn a lot of things, and that inspired me to create something which I'm working right now on AI product for D2C. Right, you know that already.
Yes.
So I wanted to go there and understand what are few AI tools which are already there, everyone is using, people should be start using like day one. What are the few tools which you use on day-to-day basis on D2C?
Sure. So there are majorly three tools I would say that I am fond of, but three, four tools particularly. One is of course ChatGPT, which is there. Okay. Now their image and video based model that they have launched, which is Sora, that is also being I'm using that. Particularly the best part is like most of the fashion brands, I would say they don't have budgets and all to create the videos for every product, right? In Sora, I just upload a particular full shot image and it creates a video in whatever
Okay.
way I want. I want the model to dance, it will make a dance. I want the model to just do some hand movement, it will make that. Product doesn't changes, model doesn't changes. So Sora is one of the thing I would say that is working really well. Chat GPT and then Sora, these are the two things that I'm using.
So Mani, as I understand, AI can take care of all content generation, starting from text gen content to video and images and even audio. So along with this content generation, what all AI can do for a D2C in recent future?
Sure. So I would say AI is going to make a life of all the D2C owners much easier. Till now, these brand owners have to be very, very dependent on the marketers. Okay.
Okay.
The content creators, particularly, they have to be very dependent on that. Now, AI will solve that. It is solving like anything. So I'll just give you an example of the meta advertising because I'm into the advertising platform majorly. So previously, when we have to launch a campaign, there was a proper plan has to be made, which is the audience, what's the age group, at what locations they are, what are their core interests, what are their demographics. First, we create that audience set, and then what is the communication which will connect with them. So for every different audience set, we have to create the communication. Okay. And then we have to test all those communication. Which communication is working for which audience? And then there was a whole lot of things which takes around 5 to 7 days for the optimization, the amount is being spent and all those stuff. Now, Meta AI, they say you don't need to do anything. Just give me the content that you have created. I just upload the ad, target all India, target everything. It will automatically figure out who are the people who are responding to this ad, who are the people who are making a purchase, who are the people who are connecting to this particular ad. It will do it automatically. Now, I would say that now previously we take around 4 to 5 days to launch a campaign. Now it's just a click of a button. Of course, for AI, you need to give that budget to experiment that to reach out to a certain number of audience. But now it has become much simpler, which is there. So this is one thing. Same thing is there in Google as well. Previously, for Google, we have to define different campaigns. You have to create a separate search campaign, shopping campaign, display campaign, YouTube campaign, all different combinations we have to create. And now we will just figure out, okay, which is working, which is not working. We have to increase the budget, we have to not increase the budget, all those things that we are doing. Now Google says you don't need to do anything. Just
Sure.
create a campaign which is performance max. Give me all the details. Give me all the videos you have. Give me all the copies you have. Give me all the images you have. I'll figure out whatever is working and I'll just start delivering with you. So in this way, like
Okay. And this
like Shopify changed everything for e-commerce. Like for in Magento, there has to be a developer, there has to be a server guy, there has to be a UI UX guy. Like 5 people were required in order to run a website, an e-commerce website. Right now, 5 people are required to run a marketing campaign. AI will take all those things to one. So there will be only one person
wow,
that
that's
will be required to run the whole campaign, whole performance marketing campaign. You won't need 5 or 10 different people. That is coming in the nearest future. In 5 years, you will see that will is going to be there. A single person will be able to manage your Facebook ads, Google ads, Snapchat, Meta, LinkedIn ads, everything, even social media and SEO. A single person will be able to manage that. Like we are seeing in Shopify, a single developer can manage all the most of the things which is there in Shopify. You don't need a team of 5 or 10 people to manage an e-commerce website. Same thing will happen over here. So that is coming very soon. Like next 5 years, that will be there in India.
Is this already in action, or this will be coming, as you said, this will be coming in next 4 5 years?
So I would say ki this is already in action, but I would say ki it will become very easy. People will start using this because right now I would say ki it is very much in the experimentation phase. For certain brand, it's working. For certain brands, it's not working. AI is still in learning phase, but I would say all
Right.
the thing and everything has been started and it is going. The image generation, the video generation that we talked about, that is also going to improve in the next 2 3 years. Maybe I'm speculating 5 years is a bigger time, but maybe it can come around within like next 2 3 years as well. But yes, that is going to be the next thing which is there.
As we discussed, content generation can be taken care of by AI, and performance marketing, all the ads will be taken care of by AI. What else?
What else? So everything which is related in advertising that will be taken care by that.
Yeah.
Analytics, definitely there are platforms to come in the analytics. I'm not sure whether Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics they are working on it, but that is another thing which has to come up, wherein all these things also come into AI. Shopify is already building that analytics part in Shopify. There is hardly anything left now in that case for the e-commerce, for the marketers. The website is already taken care by Shopify and AI, which is like 1 or 2% which is there. And in the marketing field, the Facebook ads, Google ads, social media, everything will be also taken care by AI. They will not just need 1 or 2% in the marketing team, and they will take care of all the things. So I would say key majority of the tasks that will be taken care by AI, whether it comes to around the content generation, image generation, videos, even editing and all, that is also going to be covered. Song generation, everything will be covered. Even the distribution of the ads, that will also get covered into that.
So, as you know, we are working with the product called Tezcommerce.AI, and we are starting with the effort of creating a product. How
Hmm.
much do you think creating a product for a D2C brand, creating a product is a effort, is a work, and if we simplify the process, it will help them?
Sure. So, like I said, right now I told you that we have 3 different platforms that I'm using to create all the content. So, one is for the product description, I'm using Shopify. Then content and all, I'm using the Chat GPT. For image and all, I'm using Sora and all. I'm using 3 different platforms. So, if there is anything that comes up in AI, which is providing all these 3 things in one platform, that
Right.
definitely help. That's there.
Definitely. Sure,
Then,
sure.
if I talk about the customer support in e-commerce, so orders, product recommendation, those things, that is still a case that people are still exploring. So, for example, I want to know what status of my order. So, that AI chatbot, which is directly connected with Shopify, it can give me the details.
Right.
It
Right.
will ask me, okay, what's the status of my order? I'll just put my phone number and give me all the status of my order.
Yeah.
So all
Right.
those queries can be get. What is the credit in my account? It will show me all the details of there. So those things which is there, that will be there. Then product recommendation, that is also going to come up soon. Even for AI and all, I would say ki right now it has not gone to that level. But if you, the moment you have more than 1,000 SKUs on your website or 2,000 SKUs, people will need AI assistance. So yes, in terms of advertising and all, these are the major things that will be the recent developments and all which is happening. And yeah, so that's it.
It was great to know all about AI in D2C. I would also like to know a little more about the book you are writing on AI, which we discussed last time, I think. So, can you tell us a little about it? What inspired you? And I think you had already written one book which was really successful. And I like that was a very nice book for the people into D2C. So, what about this AI book?
So, the book that I'm currently working on is on this particular part only, wherein we know for sure that we discuss is like the marketing team in the companies is going to be reduced from 10 to 1 or 2. This book is all about how you can be the one who is that one or two. What are the things that you need to focus on right now? What are the things that you need to build in yourself? How you are going to be prepared for that part? This book will make you that. And even if you are running a business and all, you know that what kind of right candidate I need to hire if I want to leverage AI, if I want to reduce my cost, what kind of things that can be done. So this book is around that only. How these things are going to shape up in the near future. Yeah.
That's nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. Look forward to that book also, definitely. So, now we are on the final segment. So, tell me about D2C in India versus D2C abroad globally. So, do you think we are competitive enough in India, and how you see, because you have been working with more both Indian and global brands. So, how you see the differentiation and how that works?
So, okay. So one of the major challenge that I see in India, particularly, is like in India, people have trust issues. Okay, most of the people in India have trust issues because, and that has happened. I would say the moment we started in e-commerce, the first few interactions, I'll just let you know, it was for Napto. It was in 2010, 11, the moment I came to Delhi. At that point, I'm talking about. It was Napto. That was the only website I would say which was selling everything. Apart from that, Reddit shopping, India Time shopping, they were also there, but it was very hard to get an order from them. So we have to deposit the bank and then they are going to ship it and all those stuff. But yes, Naptol was the one of the brand which is there. Now, the experience that we had is like I ordered a shoe. One shoe I'll get from 8 number, another will I get for 9 number. I've ordered something else and I'll get a completely different products. And
Okay.
the courier guy will say here, I will not let you open the product in front of me till you time you pay the cash. And that has become a very big challenge, I would say. That is still happening even right now. I would say I'll just share one example of last to last month, wherein I ordered something from a new e-commerce website, ordered a mobile cover that was for around 2000 rupees that I ordered. And what I got, that was a completely shitty stuff. It was not really relevant to my phone. It was something else. And the courier guy said, okay, sir, I can't let you open the packet till you time you pay me the money. The moment he took the money, he went off. Till the time I open the packet, he is off. Just talk to the customer care. They will solve that problem. I would say that is one of the major thing which is there. Number one, the trust issues. The D2C brands have to build the trust in the customers. Okay, that's one thing which is major part. The other part is on the customers as well. I have seen many customers, particularly in fashion, for wedding clothing majorly. They buy the product, wear it for a wedding, get it dry cleaned, and just return it. So
Right.
that also one of the cases that we are seeing, and that is particularly very much happening in India. They just order a product, they see they get a original product, but they file a complaint that okay, I got a wrong product, I got this. So for example, I ordered a phone, but what I got was a wallet, and now they are just complaining it, and the brands they are returning the amount or just sending a new parcel. So I'm saying a lot of these things which are happening right now. This has to be taken care because this is not good for any one of them. So that's major thing. Other thing I would say which will happening, which is I would say which is a challenge right now in D2C. One was the quality of the product and all those, and other was the returns and all those things.
So I understand trust issue is a problem in India, and same with goes both the way. The customer is not trustworthy, and sometimes I will say sometimes, and similarly, sometimes brands also behave in a very bad way, which
Yeah,
actually spoils the image of the entire industry. That
correct.
I totally agree on. So now, if I have to ask you that one brand that you think is done this very well, and you look forward to, you are a fan of kind of.
So there, I would say there is one men's accessory brand that I always look at. That is Muka Bora. When it comes to different styling and all those, the bag, a simple things like a backpack, they have modified it and made it so interesting that I definitely buy that. So that's one thing, one brand that I'm really looking at, who is solving the problem as well as in the marketing and all. They are also doing great numbers. There is another brand which is My Duty. It's a nutritional supplement brand which is by Palak. So there also that brand also I see like they are just revolutionizing the things. Particularly when it comes to supplement market, there are many brands who are promising different things, but when it comes to delivering those particular living up to those things, they are not being served. And I would say at a very nominal, I would say a good cost, they are providing very decent number, different decent quality. So, for example, I'll just give you my example. When I talk about supplements, I only trusted either Amway or Herbalife. These are the two brands that I always trusted for taking supplements, the health supplements I'm talking about. But now we are using My Duty. I have around 5, 7 things which I am taking from My Duty. So there I would say the quality of the things that they are providing at the cost that they are doing, it's really great. I have used other products like Man Matters, HealthCart, HK, and even all those other brands as well, but I was not getting results from there. But personally, I would say these are the two brands that I feel like they are providing a really good thing and they should move up.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I missed one question which I would like to ask now.
Mhm.
How quick commerce is going to change the scenario of D2C, the overall ecosystem D2C, how it will throw an effect on this?
See, for quick commerce, I would say it's a very good for the customers, but in the long run, it is not good for the businesses. Because
Okay.
to set up an e-commerce, to set up a quick commerce dark store, there's a hell lot of money that is required, and there is, I would say, a lot of competition. Matlab, I would say for me, I would say in terms of profitability, that's not a big game. That's not going to a long-term thing. Personally, I feel maybe I'm wrong because of the investment that is required to set up those things, and I would say the customer loyalty which is there. Like for example, previously we had Flipkart and all that was like providing amazing services. The moment Amazon enters, their 30-40% market share has been covered up. So,
Okay.
and particularly in D2C, what happens is like the brands have the brand owners, they have to acquire the goods in their store and keep it in their stores. So the whatever the product is moving, it's moving. Whatever is not moving, it's going to the dead inventory and all. So the risk of dead inventory is very high in D2C. The cost is very high. It's definitely profitable for the customer. Customer is definitely winning this race, winning this thing. But for D2C, I would say it's not that much feasible. 10 minutes delay, definitely, I feel it's not good because that is putting a lot of pressure on the brand, on the person who's delivering my product. He's just rash driving and doing X number of things. I would say maybe 30-minute, 40-minute delivery is still okay, but not 10-minute. I'm sorry, but I'm against that thing. That 10-minute delivery should not be the selling point, and the customer who's buying should not buy because it's a 10-minute delivery because it can cost someone's life.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So you are not a big fan of this 10 minutes quick commerce thing, right?
Because I'm saying it's a very good for the customers, definitely very good for the customer. But from the brand perspective, I would say it's not that good because in the long run, they will not be, but it will be very hard for them to get into profits. What I feel.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. Finally, one last question is anyone who is starting his D2C journey, so what
Mhm.
will be your one or two advice for them to before they launch their own D2C?
So it will start from the things that we started initially. First is just decide whether you want to sell a product or you want to be a part of your customer's life. First question is that if you just want to sell a product, create a brand proposition, create a communication according to that. And you have to play your margins, your profit margins, everything has to be according to that. And if you are looking to build a brand, you have to build a lifestyle brand. It can't be just a product brand. So it's on your board what you want to build. Either you want to build a product company or you build a brand. If it's a brand, it has to be a lifestyle thing.
That's really nice. That's really awesome. And I think it was lovely talking to you, Manikant.
Yes, sir.
This was a valuable, very valuable conversation. And I'm sure anyone who has listened to this will walk away with a lot of inspirations and ideas. Thank you for being part of this. And as usual, thank you for pushing the D2C ecosystem forward with your work. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
To all our listeners, if you enjoyed this, don't forget to follow the podcast and drop your feedback in form of a review. I'm starting up and I look forward to your feedback. Share this video with your D2C communities and WhatsApp groups or someone who's building or dreaming about building a D2C brand. This is D2C Stories podcast, the future of D2C told through stories powered by expert. I am Vinit Agarwal and I will see you in the next story. Thank you.